I was like organizing my whole desk during that sprint because during D&D the other night I was doing embroidery on my desk, so I have all of my like embroidery like stuff pushed to the side, and I'm like, okay, this is a miss. Oh, that's just a stray needle. Okay.
That's
Warzone in here.
We look like we could be in the same location now.
Yeah. I just get up and walk over.
Don't ask us how we managed.
The teleportation thing.
Oh, I tried out a new thing today where I hit play on our playlist at the same time as I hit live and then I went and hit play. So
Okay.
Because the intro is supposed to be included in the time.
Well, I feel like we never actually hit the time, or I never, when I'm running it, I never hit the time correctly, but it's fine.
There is no right or wrong way to do it. There is only Zool.
What we do. Storm is obsessed with my vest that I'm doing embroidery on. She like keeps everywhere I put it down, she is laying on it. As I'm working on it, she is laying on the other half. And this is after I've washed it. I'm like, it just smells normal, girl. But I think she likes the inside is very like silky, and the outside is like rougher. And I was like, I think she just likes the different textures on it.
So I finally started setting this thing up that I got specifically for like tiny things that are around my desk that I don't have a spot for. Just like these little batteries. So, and as I was moving things into here from my little tray that's up here,
yeah,
because that's what this thing originally, that was its original job. I'm like, I have so much dental floss.
What is that?
Dental floss is little tracks of dental. I get things stuck in my teeth, and I like having clean teeth.
Some dentists that are just like, oh, something went right in the world all of a sudden. My grandpa rolling over in his grave because he is a dentist and I do not floss, or he was a dentist. Sorry, Grandpa G. Oh, his name was also Ralph. And every single time I type in Ralph's, which is like the grocery store in LA, into my GPS, it's like my grandfather's name, like his full name and his old address. And I'm like, Grandpa G every time. But I'm just like a little reminder of Grandpa G every time I go to the grocery store. It's like, oh, be frugal. That's what he would want.
Also, hello, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
I'm hoping to finish revising Not For Her today.
I just started chapter 7. I did realize I have to go back in because I broke Jason's ribs, and I have to put at least a line in there about him having seen a healer. I don't know if I broke them or bruised them. Maybe I'll deal with it next chapter.
They're two very different things.
Yes, he ran full speed into a brick wall, like on the edge of a bridge. Like he didn't hit face into it, but he like ran into it and like his front half went over because he was grabbing something. And like so he didn't control his speed at all because he needed to get there. And I'm like, I don't know if that would break his ribs. So
Anna Robbins just posted or shared a video about a writing program that asked her to try them out. I'll be looking into that later. Not right now, though.
What's it called?
BYOK.
No, that's not really catchy. Okay, let's
begin. I don't want to keep calling it Hello, everybody. We are back. I'm trying to find a specific setting. But how does everybody do?
I turned off my walking pad because it's creaking a lot in the background for chatting parts. Hi.
I'm bottom half of page 9. I started at the bottom of page 6.
Nice. I did a page and a half of writing. I did get, and then I got more water as well. Because I did realize that I have to describe what the palace looks like, so my speed plummeted, but I'm at 575 words for that sprint.
That's fair.
I'm pretty good. I'm doing very, like, geometric-y palace. Like, what would be considered, so it was like meme online where it's like elves, everything is like flowing and like pretty, or like flowing and like naturey. The dwarves is like angles and geometric shapes and patterns and stuff like that. So I'm doing more geometric shapes and patterns. And then the fact that the city was built by a different dynasty, that was like, so like their statues are these like obsidian, crafted, like not harsh lines, but like stern, and like there's a statement, like a level of it has a regal presence to all that. And then the new like dynasty came in, and like they're trying to like soften things, and like some of the statues of obsidian dragons have been ripped up and replaced with golden griffins. Because that's the second dynasty, they're like families, like house symbol. So like one of the scenes that I written previously is Rye gets into the capital, he's sitting on a fountain ledge and looking into the water, and you can see like the obsidian base of the fountain, but it's cracked around the middle, and there's now a golden griffin statue. And then he like sees the temple later and sees an obsidian statue of dragons. And so it's not like, so you can see what was everywhere, but they couldn't like rip up the dragons in the temple because it's a temple.
I think that's cool. That's a cool way to show the history, the world building history.
Thank you. But yeah, it's a lot of descriptions and stuff, and I'm like, I keep trying to say massive and interlocking, and I'm like, no, I can't use those words so many times.
You can, and then like you just keep using them. Yeah. And then when you go to revise and stuff, you just highlight like you Control F massive, highlight all of them, and then when you see them highlighted, then because you like doing it on paper, you can print that scene out, and you can just mark it through with a pen and just like decide. Because I feel like a lot of times, I know I do this sometimes. If I'm sitting there and I'm trying to be like, oh, but I've already used this word. What word can I use here? It's actually kind of better to just use that word and then look at the overall thing, because the word might work best in a later spot.
Yeah, I'm just using it when I can, like interlocking. I try and like come up with a new one. Like, can I rephrase that without like, because I was saying like the gates are interlocking, and I was like, oh, and then there's interlocking shit. There's a lot of, because I'm like, okay, I need to look up some words in this family later, because it's all like woven in, like very well planned out kind of architecture.
You need to pick up 13-year-old Sam's habit.
Which is?
I used to carry around small thesauruses, and I would just read them.
I have Google. But yeah, that works too.
No, I mean like for fun. I mean, you know,
just for
the doctor's office. I pull out a small thesaurus and I start reading words.
Go off, 13-year-old Sam.
Well, this is also why you had like middle school Sam going around and being like, "Yeah, I'll contemplate on that," and then people being like, "Why you gotta use such fucking like?"
I have had friends be like, "Why do you use such weird words?" And I'm like,
"They're like, why do you use such And well, I'm in the South, so it was very much, why do you use $5 words? And I'm like, because I have an expensive vocabulary. Okay, I'm sorry, you're so cheap. I would only say that to my friends. Otherwise. Yes. I felt contemplate was a very good word because it meant I'm gonna, think about it and I'll get, I now have a friend who says I'll ruminate, and I'm like, and they say I'm the edgy one.
Ruminate is worse than contemplate.
I don't think they're bad. I think they're
It's not bad, but like viewing contemplate as like girl what, ruminate is more girl what than that. I'm putting on slippers.
I'm gonna still bring it back into. I use a lot smaller or cheaper words now just because I got tired of everybody being a dick to me, and also having to constantly explain what I was saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jessica's given herself a hefty 5K day goal and is about 1,600 words into it. So I'm gonna write until. Or she's gonna write till she gets to 25 words and then take a couple hours
25.
off. Yes, half her goal. She's getting to half her goal today. We support this.
Hey, I wish I could sit down during breaks, but then I'd have to like move everything out of the way.
Just you buy a stool for your room.
I have a chair, but I don't want to put the chair on.
That's not a stool.
I know, but I don't want to put. Can I just like sit back here? Hey guys.
Chair. I'll read chat too, so you're good.
I can see it.
Oh, well, there you go.
It looks like I'm really far away, but I'm like 4 feet back from normal.
That's fair. Jessica was listening to Sucker Punch by Fletcher. I had an anime songs mix old school playing that somebody has created. It's an hour and a half, and I was like, let's see how many of these trigger my nostalgia while I'm working.
I was listening to my playlist called Damnation because one of the first songs on it is Mary on a Cross, and then like
did you make it or did somebody
I made it.
Okay, cool. So these are songs that you feel fit the theme.
The theme. At first they fit the theme, and then I kind of went off from there. But yeah, I enjoy that playlist. It's very long. It's like 9 hours.
Jessica got 541 words that sprint. Now is at 2,200 words for the day out of 5K.
Yeah.
Definitely help you get those last 300. Oh wait, there was a question. I'll go to the other screen just so that you can see, JC.
What are you guys listening to?
Yeah, that one. We've got 4 questions. You don't have to answer them. That's just if you want to.
They're nearly the same question every time.
I had a grand aspiration to change the questions up and just have not yet. Not listening to anything but watching a Netflix documentary about a serial killer that was called The Night Stalker. It's my background noise today. Nice. That might be my background noise later when I'm doing other things. It's a first draft. Use whatever words come to you, then change them later.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Hey,
Laura. Be aware of it. Hi, Laura.
Yes, if there is a better way to phrase it in the moment, you can say, we're just saying don't stress about it.
Yeah.
Laura has over $200 worth of poetry books in her cart. She needs money.
Girl.
That's fair. My job starts this Friday, though. Yay! To be sinking. Laura just listened to Bleeders by Black Veil Bride, Popular Monster by Falling in Reverse, and Until Eternity by Blackbriar.
I don't think I've heard of it.
There are so many B's in that list.
There is.
I love it. I don't think I know any of those songs, but they sound very interesting.
No, I don't have my lighting set up.
I have now added so many things. I had my sensitivity reader had left me this note on this one page that was essentially for your own personal writing styles, you could do this more, and I'm like, oh, I already did. And so I just deleted that note. But now I'm getting down to this one part, and I was like, oh my god, I left no notes for myself. And then I'm like reading it, and I'm like, oh wait, I did a bit of revising to this before I started my research. And I was like, okay, this is. And so I was reading it, and I got pulled into the scene, and I was like, no, wait, I'm revising.
Stop enjoying.
Which is ironic because I hated this scene. I added this scene because so I went through a journey with getting back into writing, where I was listening to some strong opinions a little, because like, very quick rundown, a little bit of the lightest of trauma dumping. I, in my early 20s, so almost a decade ago, went through an identity crisis because my CPTSD caught up to me. I made a whole video on this. And so after I dealt with all of that and I wanted to get back into writing, I essentially didn't realize I also needed to build back up my writer identity and confidence, like my own personal writing style and theories and thoughts. I didn't realize how much of those I had lost until I stopped listening to the strong opinions of a couple people. And one of those things was that stories have to have a climax, right? And so I added this scene in because I was like, oh, this story lacks a climax. And so I added it, but I never really liked the scene. Readers liked the scene, and that's all that really mattered. But then I started I started reading books again, basically, and reading author I started over teaching myself how to write and how storytelling functions. And I'm like, wait a second, no, there are so many story types and stuff that lack climaxes.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, I don't actually need, so I had been thinking, especially during this revision, I'm like, maybe I can just take this scene out. But like, I did such a good job during revisions and stuff integrating the scene into the story. I'm like, oh, I actually really like it now. I just got by this bitch. I guess
you come to the point where you're like, I don't need to take it out to like stand by my guns. But I feel like there's a progression there. Like, oh, I'll add it, but I don't like it. And then like, okay, no, I should do it. Like, or no, I'm taking it out, like I'm standing by my original statement, like, and then you're like progressed past that. You're like, I can acknowledge that not every story needs this, but this does benefit this story.
Yeah, it's not an action climax anymore. Now it's very much a very large, like emotional. It's not even a climax anymore. It's actually just like, I want to say it leads to the emotional climaxes. It's now part of my rising action.
Nice.
But yeah. So also I Googled, because I'm like, is this still a short story? Where does novella start? And novella starts at 1,500. No, sorry. Novella starts at 15,000. I'm only at 5,000. So as long as between page 9 and 11, I don't triple the story.
That might be a little hard not tripling it. I think that instincts to just
I mean, if I do the time skip and add the sequel, maybe I'll get into novella.
I'm at 26,000 words right now.
Woohoo! All right, very, very quickly. JC, you've told me about the catfishing for nearly 10 years, and it turns out it was her cousin the whole time. That poor woman. This woman developed a friendship with this guy, and then it turned into a relationship, and they were going to get married. And then for a time, she was told he was in the witness protection program. Damn. I've been binging YouTube videos on poetry craft. Nice. This catfish was elaborate as hell. I'm gonna watch it. It was her damn cousin. I mean, gave her a unique insight, or him a unique. The cousin had a unique insight into the catfished. I'm in a conundrum for a short story. It's in third omniscient, and I'm wondering if I should switch it to closed POV. except for the bookends to avoid accusations of head hopping. It's for a competition.
I do not know.
Sorry, the thing was like the host muted, and I'm like, why did you mute?
Oh, I muted the timer.
That's fine. I also muted it from the other side. But Laura, I'm a star your comment, and because I discussion later. Here we go. Hello. I finished. It's reversed.
What do you have playing in the background? Is there a child watching TV or something?
Twisted Wonderland. No, it's the phone game Twisted Wonderland. Since I finished, and there's an option to okay. Very short explanation. Part of the thing of Twisted Wonderland is your characters are come in cards.
Yeah.
And you can level them and stuff. And the lessons you can put on auto or on loop in order to level them up. So okay. I was like, hey, I finished my revisions. So let me celebrate and just put my boys on auto lessons. I'm making them study. They're studying very hard. And yeah.
She has been, through the entire sprint, sitting on the edge of the bed going, ah! 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 Over and over. I think she wants attention from that. That is my guess. Hi. Want to get on the walking pad? No? Okay.
Finishing the revisions, I also went and, I copied and renamed the file so that it's now 005, not her revised post research. And I sent the copy with tracked changes to Fox so he can, because he likes seeing the changes and stuff. Like I do too. So, and then I'm going to see if after he looks at that, he will critique it again before I see if anybody else wants to critique it.
Put away the walking pad. I got some food, and then did not eat all of it. Because this tortellini is not reheating well, which is very disappointing.
I spent 3 months of WIP Wednesdays researching.
What?
For 2 WIP Wednesdays. I said I spent 3 months of WIP Wednesdays researching for 2 Wednesdays of revisions.
Yeah.
A Wednesday and a half. But it's worth it. Yeah. And I will use this knowledge and skill on future endeavors because I'm never gonna stop writing traumatized people.
And then hi Storm. Oh, what is up? I got 250 words, 247, which is very little. Oh, you are fully planning on jumping up here. Okay, let me move some stuff out of the way. Here you go. And it's a description of a line moving and Rye seeing place by place the palace. But finally he's in the throne room and it's time to have Jason him see Jason for the first time from his point of view. Because we have Jason seeing Rye, but not the other way around. Oh, why do you look so confused? Are you going after the pasta? Is that why you're here? Yes. And then, all of this, I have to do political speak and stuff. But it's a very, very important scene, and I'm finally to it.
Hi. I will spend the rest of the sprints organizing my desk, so
that's fine. If she gets off before the sprint, I'll go back to work.
You have to go back to work either way. It's Wednesday. She knows. That's why she's bothering you. You got muted.
She muted me.
I assumed. Jessica hasn't read anything, but did watch the first of the Brando Sando lectures and took a bunch of notes on it. I need to watch the rest, but it's pretty time consuming.
Yeah, I watched his world building one, the first part, and it was interesting. I did not take notes.
Laura said, I've read poetry from the library and what was free on Kindle or already physically on my bookshelves for research the past 2 weeks. Some good stuff and some mediocre stuff, finding what I like. That is the way to go. Jessica said 436 words for that sprint, now at 2,636. Nice. So you hit your midway point for your goal today.
That is, yay. Are you going to take a break for a couple hours now?
Jessica and I have succeeded in our goals, so we're just ending with Wednesday today.
I have not succeeded. I don't think I'm going to do my full goal today. Possibly. Because right after WIP Wednesday, I'm going to a movie. Maybe I'll do it after the movie, but I'll probably be wiped. I don't know.
As long as you hit your... Because you have a weekly goal. So as long as you hit your weekly goal, it's okay if some days are more and other days are less.
Yeah. Girl, you were looking really intently at that pasta. I'm not going to let you eat. I don't want to clean that up.
JC said, I'm almost done working on my blog post, at least a first draft of it anyway. I'm a little over 550 words for that. Oh, I guess we also have to continue for JC. So for you and JC, and probably Laura, we continue. Now I need 2,364 words to hit my 5K goal, which I think should be easy to do later tonight when the kiddo is in bed. I feel that. You're welcome. Laura wants some pasta.
Come get it. You have to fight strong for it, though. Her head is like right out of view, but I don't think I can angle the camera down because the light's resting on the camera. No light. Boop.
Hey, the light in the garage stand that I have set up there makes me look like a ghostess. So
it does.
So Laura, before the sprint started, was in a conundrum for a short story because it's third omniscient and wondering if I should switch it to close POV except for the bookends to avoid accusations of head hopping because it's for a competition. So because it's for a competition, I have different opinions. And if you were just writing for you. So what is the motivation? Like, why are you currently thinking of limiting it?
Do you need the omniscient to get like information across to the reader?
Yeah, if you're, I would say that if you're stylistically, if you're book ending a story with a different POV, then I trust your skill. It wouldn't feel like head hopping. At least in my opinion, which is all I can give you because I don't have anybody else's opinion. To share some competition experience, I did once. I feel like one of the judges did not give me the points. I wrote a paternal relationship and they liked the chemistry so much they were upset that my not a romance, definitely a paranormal crime story didn't have enough focus on the romance that wasn't there. So
I think it's such a subjective thing, but I honestly don't have an opinion on this other than like it would base on execution and like any knowledge you have about the people reading it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because of my knowledge of Laura's ability to execute things and her knowledge of writing, even already she's planning it like in a stylistic sense of bookending, like a POV, the primary POV, and then whether it's the first POV again or another POV, that feels like it should be,
Girl,
that would be patterned enough to be good. She's thinking of limiting it because a beta reader said it was head hopping, even though I don't go into different characters' emotions in the same paragraph. I feel confident in saying your beta reader is wrong.
turns out the beta reader
was it was me. No.
Girl, no.
I don't know who the beta reader is. Watch the beta readers in chat. And somebody I deeply love and appreciate.
And they're still wrong.
Yeah, they'd still be wrong in this instance. This is no shade to the beta reader. This is mild shade to the writing and reading community. I feel like head hopping is one of those things that has become trendy to say and is overused, and people don't genuinely understand what head hopping is or when it is and isn't an issue, because it is okay to switch POVs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, switching POVs is okay. Like, hopping between heads is not an issue, as long as it becomes an issue when you can no longer keep track of whose perspective you're in.
And I think about it, another aspect of it is consistency. Like,
yeah,
you're just randomly for one line hopping into someone else's thoughts. It's gonna be weird, but if it's well executed.
It's funny to me because that's essentially what Omniscient is allowed to do.
Yeah.
Like, Omniscient is
one person once.
Yeah, I know.
That is weird.
I get you. It's like unedited. The phrase unedited was thrown around a lot for a while. It's like, oh, well, this reads as unedited. And it's like, does it read like it's unedited? Or do you just not like how it was edited? These are not the same.
Or is it like a more casual writing style? And then I feel like it'd be referred to as like fan fiction-y.
There's also a thing of like, which again is one of those things I had to relearn and reteach myself. Editing for what is it called? Editing for editing for fiction and for creative writing is not the same as editing for grammar and stuff, which is why we hire editors. It's why editors are trained and stuff, because they're trained to see when breaking the rules and breaking grammar and everything is a stylistic choice, and when it works, and then when you're like, oh no, I'm not like bad at grammar, this is just my style, and the editor goes, well, your style is bad at grammar, and that's not a good style.
Damn. So, your style is bad at grammar.
I'm being hyperbolic. I hope nobody's editor actually says that. But yeah, look, I say that as one who has actually had editors tell me both. Like, with my debut novel, I was the hard-headed writer who was like, no, it's just my style. And then the person's like, yeah, well, it might be your style, but it's still poorly edited and you need to fix things.
Oof.
And then, which made me paranoid. So later in life, when I was talking to my editor, and I'm like, somebody told me I need to fix some of these grammar issues, and she's like, honey, listen, it's fine. It makes sense. You're communicating what you need to the reader. You're good. Sentence fragments are a thing.
One of my friends just sent me their new ID picture, and it looks like a mugshot. It is so bad. I'm like, okay.
I like how Laura's like, no, Sam, it's fine. You can shade them. Again, not specifically shading not shading that specific picture, because
Storm is hitting a button with her belly, and it keeps going boom, boom, but nothing's happening other than like a little window in the corner. So I'm like, oh, we're fine for now.
See, the style is purposeful. I feel like it should be fine. If you if you get like for 20 betas who are all like, oh, this head hopping is confusing and I don't know what's going on, then, you know, but if it's just one person, did they not know they could retake the picture?
I don't know. I'm really hoping it's only for like the paper one before they send you the plastic one, but I have a feeling it's not.
The paper one would match the plastic one. That's the reason the paper one is allowed to be used legally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get canceled for shit talking people on the internet.
Storm.
Sorry guys, I'm riding the high of having finished revising and also might be getting migraine fever. So
Oh, fun. I can't reach my keyboards. There are 2 keyboards on my desk because one's for gaming and one's for normal writing.
this is
Which
my
sounds
writing.
so fucking pretentious. But
no, I get it.
Yeah.
Look, as long as you can afford it. Like I'm set up in here today so I could revise with this keyboard because I prefer it so much better for writing.
Yeah, the gaming keyboard was like $12. My dad sent it to me. Girl, you need to move.
JC's gonna fight them for me. Thank you, JC.
Did you just hiss at the pasta?
She gonna fight the pasta now.
She's like slowly crawling forward, like she's hunting it.
She is. She's gonna fight it. Very quickly before because I've become a rambly mess. But we do need to go into the sprint. But very quickly, I would like the disclaimer that I'm not thinking of anyone in specific when I say these things. It's just a general trend of thought patterns and advice that gets shared sometimes that I have beef with. But I don't have beef with the individuals because everybody is on a learning journey and we're all at different parts of our learning journey. So
you guys are missing out on a show over here.
Huh?
She's being a menace and I love her for it. Why don't you just want to play D&D? All right.
Now, get to work.
Hello and welcome back. I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of making the decision. Let me go like check how much time we have left. And then it's just 4, 3, 2. And I'm like, oh, yeah. There's a scene and I was messaging Sam about it. And I'm like trying to decide whose point of view. Because originally it's from Rise. And I like it's important that the next little beat in the scene is from Rise perspective. But there's a thing, and I'm like, I know what Jason is thinking in this moment, but I somehow need the audience to know that too, and I don't know how to communicate that.
I need everyone to see how cute this shirt is.
Flowers, and it says Daddy's Girl?
Yes, but look at like the design and the roses, and I bought this for my child when they were a toddler.
No.
It was like my favorite shirt. It's going in the sentimental box.
That's fair.
This is also in the sentimental box.
Oh, that's so cute. I love how you've moved from...
No, Snow White came first. That was a onesie. The other
you've moved from desk to sentimental box.
Well, because I have this pile of stuff on the desk that needs to go into the sentimental box.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yes.
I only did 221 words. That's great.
As is life. I also... I got my shot. Like, I got a message from my husband that was like, where'd you go? And I was like, oh, I'm in the garage tent. And he's like, are you going to take your shot today? And I'm like, I didn't pick that so I could take it today. I was writing such a high.
I'm pulling up a thing on chat.
Yes, go ahead. See what chat is saying. You are in charge of the mouse now.
Okay. JC goes that we need a cat cam to see what's happening. Well, she's walked off to the closet, but I got Sam's permission to say this. If you guys donate to my Ko-Fi, I will buy a little camera and set it up inside there, because that's where she usually hangs out during the streams, like a Bluetooth camera. And so we'll have a little storm cam, but it's like $20, but I'm not spending $20 on that. So if you guys want to donate to my Ko-Fi, that's what that's for. JC goes, oh, that's so cute. I'm guessing at the shirt or the cute little Snow White thing. And Jessica is playing House Flipper. I don't know what that is. What else did people... Laura's got the munchies. Oh, wait. Is she in the closet right now? Yes, she is. Okay, I can't close the closet then, because then she won't be able to get out. But yeah, I wasn't gonna have this scene be like this. Like, it's weirdly intense all of a sudden. I was like, I wasn't gonna, but now it's like that. No actual pressure, JC. 50% joke. But apparently it's real now. If people donate to it, I will buy a cat cam. But no pressure to do so. Yeah. It's fun that we have a little...
That's gonna hang out there for the moment.
What'd you say?
I said that's gonna hang out there for the moment. The cat cam fund is gonna hang out there for the moment.
Okay. I wasn't hearing the actual word you're saying, and I was like, Hi, girl.
Excuse me while I go commit more mischief.
But I'm a lot of this chapter so far has been like stepping forward, looking around. So
Maybe for no particular reason, would you be upset if chat saw the picture of Storm and the pasta?
And the pasta, let me check. The one with my hand in it, or the one that's the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just exposing my messy desk and my slight Sunhaven obsession. Because there is the notebook and the sticky note is Sunhaven stuff. It's fine, guys. But yeah. Now actually I'm thinking about it. I'm like worried about this chapter literally just being descriptions and stuff. But it's fine. Oh yeah, it's not like it's fine. Probably. I think the last chapter a lot was very intense. So now I'm kind of fucking with the reader with having yes, they have met, but no. But now we don't get to see them interacting for a while.
I really like the way you did it, so it should be fine. Don't need that. You may continue. I'm just.
I don't have anything else to say. It's not. So I'm making the Emperor a perv, like a creep, and I don't have him be creepy in the outline because most of the people that he interacts with is his child, and we're not going that far.
We're not that kind of creepy here.
Yeah. His child's love interest, however, is fair game, which is an awful thing.
Quick. He's an awful guy. To answer JC, I am organizing a bunch of papers to go into I'm like, do I need this in the sentimental box? Do I need this for my files? Figure out what I can and can't get rid of. But at that precise moment you asked, I was off creating mischief and utilizing a feature of Restream I don't get to utilize often.
I have a cat hair in my eye, and I'm dying. Wow, it's glowing. It just did a little.
My oldest and I are going to watch Death Note after the stream. I also have to decide what I am going to start. What are all these papers? I have to decide what I am going to start working on next week because I am I'm probably not going to be doing Not For Her until after May because I have an anime convention and a family vacation in May. And if my CPs first Fox has got to get back. And then after I do any revisions with him, then I got to see who wants to critique it and such. So because it's one of those things where I will have to be waiting on other people and I don't currently have a deadline that's before June. After June, I might give people deadlines. I might work on my Sapphic Bakery story. The sweet romancy one that's supposed to represent some of my writing.
Rather than everything else.
But you will truly see the gambit of things I write.
Yes.
Hurt you more.
There are 3 teacups in that picture. It's fine, guys.
It is fine.
I don't have any shorts posted anywhere. I have
You meant you don't own any shorts like the clothing? I was like random.
No, I do own shorts. I don't like wearing them, but I do own them.
That's fair.
California.
Right, but yeah, you don't have samples of your writing posted yet.
All of my only sample would be the fucking play I wrote in high school. That's recorded on my on my YouTube. And the audio is so rough on it. And I hand typed subtitles for about half of it, and then I gave up.
Well, it is absolutely not a requirement. It is just something that I think would be cool if people did. Because then it kind of gives people an idea of your writing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do that movie at some point.
Sorry, I'm like, this is a 5th grade promotion ceremony. I'm trying to figure out which of my children this is for, so I know which folder to put it in. 2 of my children are in the same grade, and 1 of them is in 4th grade now.
You muted. No, you're not muted. I just didn't hear anything.
But yes.
The 2 of my children is in 4th grade, and one of them is in 5th grade, or in the same grade, and one of them is in 4th grade now, and then it just no noises.
That was it. That was
okay.
That was the end of my tirade.
Laura is on the couch next to Roy. He has little sounds, which is awesome. And she had pineapple and ham fried rice, which, okay.
Ooh, I want that. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna keep some Easter leftovers and make it with rice.
After this, we have the 15-minute sprint, and then after the stream, I'm going to go see Sitters with friends at the theater. And going to see a movie is so expensive.
It is. Chris and I have to budget ahead of time, and it's like a big family ordeal. We're like, y'all have to really, really want this. So far, the only movies we've gone to see consistently were the Sonic movies we've taken.
Mm-hmm. If I wasn't going with a friend, I wouldn't be going. And it was his idea. And I'm excited to see the movie. I just
no, I get
$25 for the ticket, and that is a cheaper price because it's a matinee.
That hurts so much.
And then I will probably get a drink, and that's it. It's fine.
If you hit the Dollar Tree up, if California has Dollar Trees, you can get movie candy and stuff and just sneak it in a purse.
Yes, I have some caramels and chocolates and stuff at home that I might, or they're already in my purse, but let's see if I have anything else stashed places. I didn't get Easter candy, and I'm so sad. I got an Easter text from my mother or grandmother, which is so fun because
you got Easter candy.
And then my siblings were texting each in the family group chat about Easter candy because they're both at home, and I was like, oh, I want stuff. I am a greedy girl. Give me presents. It's fine.
My mom, my parents had a rule. We got Easter and Christmas and holiday things until we had children. After we had children, they were like, now your presents go to your children.
That's fair. I don't have children, so.
I know, so you should.
And Storm didn't get anything, so. I didn't realize it was Easter until I got the text from my grandmother, and I was like, oh shit.
That's okay. No, you weren't there last night when I fucked up my label. Were you there when I was talking about the fact that I work Easter weekend every year, and part of me knows it is Easter weekend. And I'm like, yeah, even like people at the convention, quite a few of them dress up as Easter Bunny themed outfits and pass out Easter eggs.
No, that's fun.
But like, because I work it, my family always celebrates Easter a week later. So every year, without fail, I will come back and
Our next sprint has begun.
ask chat what they did, and then everybody's like, "Oh, well, I spent Easter with my family," and I'm like, "Right, that's what most people do." Also, I would like to show everybody my very fancy baby spoon that my my mother's best friend in high school
It is
bought
so
for me.
grainy. I can tell
Sorry.
it's a spoon.
Well,
And it's
it
very
has
shiny.
my name and date of birth on it.
Oh, that's fun. Our sprint started. That is fun.
Yeah. Go.
I'm not trying to say those in the same tone. I think we're in the last sprint. I think it, unless there's been a really long 6 minutes, I think we entered into the final sprint. Or the final wrap up. I honestly don't know. I assume that is a yes. I wrote like a sentence, but overall today I wrote 1,030, which is below my goal, but I'm still on track to do my 10K for the week, or do my reach 30,000 words for the week. I am at 26,893, so I only need like 3,107 more, which is like, yeah, 2 days worth of writing. And I have it resets on Mondays is when I'm marking my beginning of the week, because I want the weekends to be able to work, because I would like to continue this when I have a job, which will hypothetically happen.
Yes. So, my oldest and I started watching Death Note, and he was trying to get it to pause, and it was not cooperating with him.
How dare it. I was also... I lightly started applying to a job, because I paid a parking ticket that I forgot to pay, and looked at my bank account, went, ooh.
That's fair. Yeah, I had an eye doctor appointment today, so that's always fun. Because
So-
it's like, you should have these things so that you can keep track of your health, but insurance is like, we don't care much about preemptive care.
We don't care. That's the end of the statement.
So,
but yeah, so I think I might start like nannying and babysitting and shit like that. That's who knows? Not me, that's for sure. My whiteout is like dying. Sam got me a bunch of whiteout slightly by accident. I didn't realize it was a shit ton of whiteout. Okay, maybe
like, it came with a bunch of other things.
Pens, yes, very nice pens. One of those pens did explode inside my pen cup, and so all of my stuff is slightly dipped in ink, but it's fine. That looks terrible. All wrinkled and stuff. Okay, it's fine. I am so tired. I'll fall asleep in this movie. No, I won't. Probably.
I was about to say, you pay too much money to sleep.
I paid too much money to go nap uncomfortably. Also, I can't nap during movies. It's a wild thing. I'm not a dad. Yeah. I next time I pick up, I think I'll be picking up from a fun place. Like it'll be fairly easy to pick up is my hope.
That'd be good.
Because it's a tense scene. Jessica's going to go take a nap. I wish I was you. I'll probably put on some foundation because my face is super splotchy right now. To go sit in the dark, but you know how it is. Wow, it's so red. It's not that red in real life, but you good? It's making me bright red. Can I do that? That probably made it worse. Yeah, I don't have anything red
It'll
around
be
me.
fine. You're just saying goodbye.
There, that's more human. But yeah, I don't have any plans for the rest of the day. Other than that,
I'm going to keep.
we're
I'm
gonna.
going to finish doing what I'm doing at the moment, and then play Sunday as well. My child and I watch this show.
Nice.
My child takes after his father in that he can't binge the same thing for too long, or he just sort of stops processing what's going on, which is perfectly fine. I, can live with that. He had he had started by binging Jujutsu Kaisen, and then because he's had like a sinus issues all week.
Yeah.
And he fell asleep. I continued my Inuyasha binge, and then he woke up, got interested in Inuyasha, so we started back at the beginning. But then, like, I can kind of tell when he stops noticing what's going on, and I was like, "Do you want to watch something else?" And he was like, "I don't know." And like, it's okay if need a break from this show. I don't need to keep watching it. I'm in season 5. This is season 1. We started
I watched this 2 days ago. We're good.
But and then I was reminded that Death Note exists, and I was like, oh, I think he'd really like Death Note. So.
I think I started Death Note, and I was like, nah, not my thing.
Death Note is a gothic horror. I will say I appreciate the manga more than the anime. The anime follows the manga up to a point, and then they made a story decision change with a couple of characters. What my favorite character dies 2 different ways. One way in the manga, one way in the anime. I don't like how they die in the anime, but I love how they die in the manga. So.
Saying you love how someone dies is wild.
I know. I also love the creator of Death Note because, like, Death Note is this big, like, it's supposed to be this Sherlock
Moriarty.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Sherlock Moriarty thing. And when asked about how much they planned, it was basically nothing. All right. But we'll go ahead and catch y'all later. I don't have any streams going on before Monday. Do you?
Nope.
Oh, wait. Yes, we do.
We have a book talk this weekend.
We have a book talk. We both do a book talk on Sunday. Not Your Crush's Cauldron.
Yep.
All right. So we'll catch y'all later. Bye.